the Bulldogs get the win by 96 points. Sam Darcy, 7-1-43. North Melbourne, 6-6-42. That is the stat of the year for me. That is just like, would you have ever expected Sam Darcy to kick 7 goals in a game coming into this year? Probably not. Some people didn't even know if he was going to play early in the year. He's just so good at football. And you look back to last week where he kicked 1 goal 5, and you think, how many goals could he have in a 2 week span right now if he kicked straight last week? So that's just, yeah, he demolished them. It'd be disheartening for North fans to see how they played in this game, given all the good work they've done leading up into this game. They really need a big week next week. And I don't know if they're going to get it because they're playing the Hawks in Tassie. So good luck with that. But for them to go into 2025 with 2 massive losses potentially, I still think they'll be fine. But that's, yeah, bad. Bad from the Roos. Speaking of straight kicking, though, on that Sam Darcy point, I'm still really concerned about the Bulldogs with their kicking. So they kicked 20 goals, 18 this time around. More goals than behinds. That's a tick. It's a small tick, but it's a tick in terms of moving in the right direction. They've still had 38 scoring shots and only just reached a pass mark. The halfway mark, really. Now, North aren't a good football team right now. So they were expecting to win, and having 38 scoring shots, you're going to beat North Melbourne probably 99% of the time. 99.99% of the time, rather. Probably 100% of the time. But they're not going to have as many scoring shots against. If they go into finals and they play Hawthorn, they're not having that many scoring shots. They're not having that many scoring shots against probably any of the sides in the top 8. So if they only have 20 in those games and they go out and kick 11 goals 9 or 10 goals 10, what are the odds they're winning the games of football with 70 points in the bag, 75 points in the bag, whatever it is, around that mark? And this is what I think about. When you're having as many scoring shots as you are, you're always going to crack the ton and you're probably always going to win the game of football. But they're not going to do it against the big teams. And it's a worry. It's a massive worry. Still, I think they're an outstanding football team. I'm still a big rat for the Dogs. And I still think they're going to make the grand final based off this. Like, I was tentative last week because they obviously lost that game and the kicking was awful. I think they're going to make the grand final. Because how long can they kick like this for? They've been doing it for weeks. I actually didn't really touch on this last week when I was speaking about it. I only said a couple of weeks. But for probably 5 or 6 weeks, they've been in negatives for goals and behinds, like more behinds than goals. Round 18, they did it, I'm pretty sure. I'm not going to go through every game. This is going to take so long. 14-16 in round 18. Everything after that was in the negatives until this week. So 5 weeks in a row, they did it. And now they finally got back to the positives, which is good, but they've still kicked 18 behinds. So how much longer can they do this? I don't know. If they clean that up, I think they're unstoppable. Genuinely think they're unstoppable. Like Bont kicked 2 behinds. That's their most reliable player. If he turns those into 2 goals, that's just the finest of margins. 2 behinds into 2 goals, it's 22-16, and it looks a lot better. And they win by a fair bit more as well. Like, they're just asking for people who they can usually rely on to stand up. Bailey Dale kicks a behind. Jamara, how did he do? 3 goals, 1, so he was actually quite good. I thought he kicked more behinds than that. But yeah, it's fine margins. It's just certain players on any given night being more clinical. But I think they're good. I think they're good, the Dogs. And I think they'll continue to be good. If it's a Dogs Hawthorn elimination final,